Mick Gordon might be one of the most popular video game composers of all time, with Doom, Wolfenstein, Prey, Killer Instinct, Need for Speed, and more under his belt. He has some of the most iconic sounds ever. One of you reached out to me at thequartering@gmail.com with a tip on some plagiarism concerns with Mick's Doom original soundtrack from Doom 2006 and an artist known as KSHMR selling samples that looked and sounded suspiciously similar to the Doom soundtrack. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of these side by sides because from what I can tell, KSHMR has come out and given a tepid apology on the matter, which I will show you as well. But these sounds to me do sound very similar. Now, I suppose the trained ear picks up the subtle nuances and changes. Most of them, to me, seem like tempo or pitch changes to a very original and iconic soundtrack. Now, I'm unfamiliar with KSHMR's work, and again, if these were available for free or royalty-free on top of that, maybe it's not such a big deal. It's more of a fan project, but KSHMR is charging for these samples, and he offered a very wishy-washy apology saying basically, well, I created them, but they sound too similar. And maybe if there are one or two, you might have an argument. But that clip of a video that I just showed came from a channel which showed many, many other songs and samples that basically sounded exactly ripped. And if you read the comments down below, there's even more that the original YouTuber didn't notice. Let's hear the apology.
Okay, guys. Hey, so wow, there's a lot to say here. First of all, Mick Gordon is a legend. I got obsessed with his soundtrack for Doom over the last year or so, and I really did design the whole Industrial Grime folder in my pack around it. The goal was to recreate the sounds, process, and arrange melodies and pitch and to give the same feel but not to be identical. However, watching Mick's video, I agree with him. Some of those sounds are just too similar, and that's not okay. And I am sorry about that. And if Mick likes, I'm down to send all the proceeds of that folder to him, or we can just take them down. But I hope you know, Mick, this was done, in admiration of you. That really is the truth. And I did reach out to you personally. So yeah, just let me know. And again, I'm sorry for this whole thing.
So from what I gather, Mick Gordon has taken down his original video calling out KSHMR on this, and maybe it's just a case of having people on your staff to help put together these folders, and you missed it. I'm not entirely sure, But when you read through the comments of KSHMR's response video and apology video, there are many other examples where he can be shown to be basically just ganking other people's sounds and renaming them as his own. And again, when you sell this stuff to people and you're a big creator, there's going to be a lot of eyes on you outside of straight apologizing, which KSHMR did on Twitter, and taking the folder down, which he has done. I don't really demand, or I don't think anyone other than Mick Gordon, can really demand anything beyond that. But there are some other interesting side-by-side examples to look at with KSHMR. I suppose we could be finishing 2018 with a happy story that Mick Gordon's license was protected. The question still remains, how were things resolved? Were they resolved amicably? I don't see Mick commenting on anything. I've seen him comment on a few videos, so maybe he'll comment on this one and give us all an update. But the video game community is pretty protective, and I gotta say that I really respect people looking out for the creators in this industry, because unless you are a true video game soundtrack enthusiast, it would probably be very difficult for most people in all the hundreds of thousands of video games that are out there to name, I don't know, 2 or 3 composers. Name just one outside of Mick Gordon. Now, I'm sure some of you can, but the overwhelming majority of people, myself included, only really know the truly legendary ones. Now, was KSHMR really up to no good here? It's hard to say. When you say it was inspired by, I'd say you basically just ganked it and changed a few little things. But it's hard to be mad at you necessarily because you took it down, you offered to make it right. The concern still is how many video game soundtracks are getting plagiarized up on this website, which apparently has an issue with this. KSHMR has been accused of this before. Splice.com, are they doing anything to police this? I find it hard to believe that they would really even be able to. But Mick, I want to take this opportunity to say thank you for delivering some of the best, absolute best video game soundtracks in history. And I hope that this doesn't deter you from continuing to do that. To KSHMR, I don't know what else we could expect. You fucked up. You apologized. You made it right. Hopefully this won't happen again. And to everyone watching this, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful new year. And I have a lot of exciting things planned for 2019, including some studio upgrades. We've got the launch of exclusivelygames.com coming out. We've got some video upgrade equipment to do. I've got a new PC coming so I can more effectively record and stream and edit in 4K. I'll be able to play more of the AAA games at higher settings so I can offer more nuanced takes on some of these video games. Just finishing up, finally, Red Dead Redemption 2, the story mode, and it's going to go down as one of another excellent soundtrack of 2018, certainly the best I'd heard. And I'm thankful for all of you. So have a happy, safe New Year's. I'm sure I'll be on Twitter mucking around tonight as I go get ready to go out to dinner here in a few minutes. But Mick Gordon, thank you for the wonderful soundtracks. KSHMR, boo on ganking sounds, but I guess you made it right as long as Mick says it's right. And by him deleting his video, I would have to say that he's probably forgiven you. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.